So today we're going to take a look at the Legion Go S. I wasn't interested in the device until pretty much recently because I saw that there was a Steam OS version of it. The Windows one I knew of, but because I had the original Legion Go, which is, from what I've seen, much more versatile than this newer model, didn't really care for it. But they have a Steam OS version, which is pretty much what we would hope for a Steam Deck 2, and B, it came in purple. Right there you have piqued my interest, one of my favorite operating systems in my favorite color. So I had to try this thing out. So let's get into it.
Now everybody scream enough respect to the X. Enough respect given.
Well, the box is pretty much what you would expect. Large cardboard box. Not much detail as to what is inside. Of course, we have all the packaging. Be careful. Flammable due to the battery. You have the name of the device, Lenovo Legion Go S. The battery size, screen size, all of that. If you have an interest, you can look that up. It's fragile and such. That's pretty much it. But now, as we get into the box, let's take a look. Trying to be careful here. It's very much like the original Legion Go. You have this white packaging. I wonder if this thing has a case. This picture of the packaging is extremely light in comparison to the original Legion Go. Let's put this over here real quick. In the box we have, I think this is the power. Yep. Same kind of power adapter. I won't even need that because I have so many of those. And this is probably paperwork of some sort. If all the paperwork that you need to read about the device. Most of us will never look at that because we are already well versed in how to deal with these things. And here it is, the Legion Go S. I'm taking a quick look around this inner packaging here. It actually looks quite nice. It's textured on the image. It's indented so you can kind of feel what you're getting into beforehand. We have the Lenovo Legion logo, kind of like that that AI eye looking at you, and I do like the way the color has that shift to it. It does look nice. Here you have all of the ports that the device has. You know, they tell you where the power is. Oh, this way. They tell you to plug in the device, where the plug goes, any of the two USB-C ports up top, and they have the power button. So boom, plug it in, turn it on. Let's slide this off. And no, it would appear the Legion Go S does not come with a case. It comes with this nice foam, where the original had a case built in, or that came with the product. But already I can see that really nice purple covering. Not even taken out of the bag, it is a pretty good weight. Comparing this to a Steam Deck, which people would say this is the better Steam Deck, I hope you are prepared to lift some weights. This thing is heavy. This is out of the case, that's out of the bag. And here it is, people. Legion Go S. I must say I love the color, but you know, that was par for the course when it comes to me. you do a device in purple, I am there. And this is a very nice purple, kind of like a deep, grape. It's really nice. I like this. Large screen. The controllers feel nice. The D-pad is definitely better. I can feel that already. The original Legion Go, the D-pad was terrible for fighting games. The thumbs really hurt as it didn't have these diagonals. It was just the cross pad, and that was it. This, from what I hear, is a mouse pad. And here, where they made better on the D-pad, they probably made worse on the trackpad. The trackpad on the original Go was amazing. Not to mention this whole side could come off and become a mouse by itself. The buttons feel good. Kind of tricky here, not as big as the original Go. But the Go didn't have two, it had one on each side. But the Go did have two buttons down here. So it's kind of missing some of them. Looking up top, you have the triggers, bumpers. You have more vents, it would seem. The Go had 4, this one has 6. You have the 2 USB-Cs as they said before. There's actually one at the bottom. There is not, but there is some kind of attachment port here. Don't know what that's for. Anyway. 2 USB-Cs up top, headphone jack, volume, and power. I'm not seeing an SD card slot. Could that be what that is? That's probably what that is. The SD card slot. Alright. Keep it away from the heat. And on the back, we have the bumpers. Ooh, we have some tension experience here. You can control how deep these buttons go. So not touching just the depth of the button. That's nice. Put it up. I guess for quick shots in first-person games, that's a nice little feature that the original Go does not have. And we have Y2, Y1. If I remember correctly, I think the Go had 2 buttons back here. But then again, with the Go, this entire side could come off and be its own mouse with its own set of buttons. So, you know, you can't really compare the two. Then we have more venting at the back. This must get kind of hot. And that is a quick look at the physicality of the device. The screen itself is massive. Now that we've seen everything on the outside, let's see everything that's on the inside, namely the specs. Now that that's done, let's get back to it. Is it as large as the original Go? Let's do a quick comparison. So this is a quick comparison of the 2 Legion devices. We have the original Legion Go here, my baby. Like I said, it goes everywhere with me. It handles all of my PC productivity and gaming on the go, hence the name Legion Go. I'm not going to say that the S is a better design because it clearly isn't, at least not to me. Let's look at the size here. The S, I think the S is actually thicker than the original Go, but that might be because it has a bigger battery if memory serves. So that probably doesn't mean small, but it's actually a bigger device in thickness. Anyway, the ports, see the 4 vents here, 6 vents there. You have the volume on this side, volume on that side, power buttons here and here, headphone jack here and here, USB-C up top, and SD card reader up top. This one also has an SD card reader. I mean, USB-C at the bottom too, so you could charge the device on the bottom and then hook it up to a monitor or whatever of your webcam screen you want at the top. Works pretty well. The versatility of the original Go is what drew me to it to begin with. Because yes, it's a gaming PC, but I very often use it as just a regular PC. Add a keyboard, add a mouse, take off the controls, and you have a very capable on-the-go personal computer. Alright, let's turn this guy on and see how much more efficient SteamOS is on this much more capable hardware. It appears the Legion OS did not come with any kind of power whatsoever, so we're going to charge this guy up and continue later. Alright, see y'all soon. And there it is, people. Legion OS with the exact same startup as the original Steam Deck. Like I said, it runs Steam. As the OS installs, one thing you do hear are those fans turn on, and that is a very Legion Go thing to do. Those fans come on for almost everything, and the S is pretty much doing the same thing. Alright, we're in. So it's showing me what all the buttons are. This is the Steam button. Okay. I do see that there are little images beside each button, just like with the original Steam Deck, and I didn't notice those before. Alright, so that's kind of nice. Okay, that's just the Steam button. Okay. Quick access button. Alright. We know that's the power button. Oh, okay. Volume rockers, we know that. We were right, that is an SD card slot at the bottom. We hope you enjoy your Legion OS. Alright. And there we have it. All my Steam library, not downloaded of course, but readily available for me to download. So I'm going to download some titles, and let's have some fun with the Legion OS. As is the case with Legion Go, the first thing you'll notice is the fan noise. This thing is just downloading some titles, and that fan is going hard. Another issue to be aware of is your space. As you can see here, I'm going to download Wukong, and my device is already telling me it does not have enough internal storage to download this game. Now, I don't think I have that many games on the Legion OS as it is. So the first game that we're trying out here is Armored Core. One of the very first games I got when I got my original Legion Go. I've always been a fan of these mech type games, and when I saw this one, I had to really give it a try. Now I'm trying it out here because I played it pretty extensively on my original Legion Go, so I should be able to spot slight differences, if any, in the Legion Go S playthrough. Now I'm telling you, the game looks great. The 16 gigs of RAM paired with the 512 gigabytes of internal storage really allow this device to play these higher end games pretty well. I'm not seeing any slowdown, no tearing whatsoever, and it looks great with this screen, and it plays just as well as it did on my Legion Go and my Steam Deck, even though the Steam Deck didn't look as good as this. Another aspect of the device I was excited to test was the control pad. The control pad on the original Legion Go is infamously bad. If you're like me and you like to play 2D fighting games, it's almost impossible to pull out many of the moves that require a motion on that pad. Your thumb really gets hammered trying to pull off these moves. I can happily report that, as you can see, the control pad on the Legion Go S has been updated from the original Go. It feels great, it works fine, and I can finally enjoy playing my side-scrolling, or playing my fighting games on this device. The Steam Deck also has a really great keypad, but the screen isn't as nice. So the Legion Go S pretty much combines the best of both worlds: the control pad from the Steam Deck and the visuals from the original Legion Go, and I'm really happy that they made this happen. Now, I can't talk about gaming on the Legion Go S unless I go into my favorite sub-genre of gaming, 2D, old-school platformers. I love these pixel art games. It really brings me back to the times when I was a kid playing on my Nintendo and things like that. Of course, I had no doubt that the Legion Go S would be able to handle these games, and again, because of the larger screen, the refresh rate, it's just so really nice to play on this device. Yes, I can also play it on the Steam Deck on my Legion Go. I mean, these games don't take that much to run, but I'm just happy that I have the ability to play these games and it looks as nice as it does here. Last but not least, FPS games. I was curious how the tension sliders would work. They're easy enough to adjust during gameplay, so if you have a title that can utilize the feature, it should be no issue. I'm playing Robocop Rogue City. The game runs and looks great. The 16 gigs of RAM combined with the AMD Ryzen Z2 Go chip really performs well. There was some concern as the Windows version of this device had 32 gigs of RAM, but the 16 gigs of RAM seems to be working just fine. Well, that was a first look and first impressions of the Legion Go S. Great little device. I do look forward to using it more, seeing exactly how it does differentiate itself from my other handhelds. You can hear that fan noise going. It's doing another download. This thing is loud. But fan noise aside, I do like what they did with the device. I love the color. The purple really stands out to me. From my early experience, it's a better version of the original Steam Deck. The screen is bigger, higher refresh rate. The machine itself, the ergonomics of it, the weight of it, are more comfortable to me in most aspects. I do like the slides on the back to control the tension of the triggers. There's just little things that they did to really improve on what the Steam Deck was and on aspects of the Legion Go as well. So with that said, my name is NG, the Neon X, and enjoying the Legion Go S, fan noise and all. That's what I'm into.